So what this did, the intentions were good, but then what this did was because the interest rates are low, it created the incentives for riskier investment. And as a result of that, what we are seeing today over the last 15 years time frame, like let's take 2010 till today, we see an asset bubble that's basically building up. So what was intended as a good policy measure then became pretty much of a perverse incentive, and uh, investments were being made. And on top of it, we had a situation where many, I can say, private equity firms, investment firms capitalized on that situation. Low cost of borrowing, which meant that they can, buy out companies with a lower cost of the debt. They can buy out companies, they can strip the assets, and they can profit from that. So what really happened to the public was the cost of our products and services started going up because of these actions. So the real impact of having a lower interest rate situation did not really materialize for the bloke on the road. And who was highly impacted out of this is if you were just coming out of college or uni, just coming out of uni, going into a graduate role, or um, taking up some early career sort of opportunities. This was the situation where higher levels of student debt and pretty much wage growth that was not growing enough also created the situation with lower savings rate. The interest rates being offered by banks was like 0.5%, 1% at best. So what is the point of saving? So what happens is younger people are more disadvantaged in this situation because the older generation already has certain levels of generational wealth, property, etc. But the younger generation is not able to get into the housing ladder, not able to save onto this. Basically, the wage growth has declined. So with that situation, where we are today, 15 years, 17 years really, but let's take 15 years really, is that the the asset prices have gone up, real estate very specifically, asset prices have gone up drastically, but the wage hasn't kept up with it. So as an example, I live here in Stanmore, and out here, if you basically look at it, you're talking of maybe somebody with 100K plus salary being able to afford a mortgage over here. So that's where we are. So 15 years back, this would have been, somebody with a 40K, 45K salary comfortably being able to afford a mortgage out here. Today, we are at, at about 100K plus. And even those 100K plus, there's a term called Henry that we're being told high earning, not rich yet. Right? That's sort of the perverse incentive that's being created as part of this.